Yeah, first of all, thanks as always for being here. It means a lot to our program. It means a lot to our university that you guys show up and tell our story. So thank you. Yeah, really fired up on the start. I think obviously playing at home right after our exhibition match was cool to kind of keep our momentum going with our fans. I think we averaged 750 people. My goal this year was to get more fans in the seats, and so obviously that's got to start with some momentum at home and getting going there. And so really fired up with the way that the crew responded. We lost sets. We lost a set early with Abilene and came back and battled through that. And then we lost a set after winning the first set with Fullerton and battled through that. And so I think it's just nice to go get kind of pressed early and see what we do under that pressure. And so I'm fired up to go take it to three really good teams. We're studying those teams. We just got out of a scout meeting with our staff, and each team provides a different challenge for us that we haven't seen yet. Obviously the season's early, but each of these teams has a challenge that we're going to face as we head into Mountain West Conference play. So we're just pumped to kind of get back out there and see what we can do.
What do you feel like your biggest jump has been when you look at last year's team this year?
Yeah, I think obviously returning the depth is massive for us. I think the fact that we return a lot of point scorers that have been through really tough moments and had to be relied upon. And hey, everyone knows where this ball is going. Can we go still finish that set? Can we still go finish that, win that rally, whatever the case may be? And so I think that's been a big push for us. I also like, we added a grad transfer setter that just brings a slight different element with her style of play from our previous setters. And so that's been making some really competitive practices, and it makes our job really tough as coaches to say, okay, which lineup do we need to be in? Do we need to be in a two-setter lineup, or do we need to be in a 5-1 or a one-setter offense? And so we're working through that every day in training and saying, hey, who's rising to the top and who's giving us the best chance to win matches.
You mentioned depth at certain positions. Ushwe had a huge game against Abilene, so did Caitlin. When you think about their impact, not only talent level and how they score, but their leadership, how has that helped your team already this season?
They're rocks. Yeah, they're absolute rocks. I think when you get down, when you lose a set and you lose by 5 points to a team that, hey, they came out and punched you in the mouth right away, you need people that respond, and those veterans respond in the right way. They run towards that stuff, and I think when you have maybe a younger team, they might run away from that stuff, and that might push them back on their heels. And what I was really fired up with this team is they ran towards that noise and towards that pressure. Go, hey, we just got kind of punched in the mouth a little bit, and now we've got to go respond. And so I loved that with Kate and with Shu. I think they led our crew quite well through that adversity of losing that first set. And so yeah, they're rocks.
How do you expect Borderland to challenge you guys?
Portland?
Borderland.
Borderland, yeah, Borderland. Yeah, one match a day for 3 days. And every match we're playing, each of those programs this previous weekend, had a marquee win for their programs. And so, yeah, they're ready to go. These teams are, I think they're playing probably mid-season volleyball in weekend one. And so, yeah, they're going to come after us in weekend two. And I think it's going to stress us in some different ways. There's some physicality that we haven't seen yet. There's some just individual attacker lineups that we're going to have to get a little cleaner with on our side of the net. How are we going to slow some of those attackers down? And then lastly, just, hey, can we just focus on our side long enough, and can we be good enough on our side of the net that over time we prevail? And that's kind of been our style of play the last 2 years is, hey, can we just outlast you? Can we just force you to play longer volleyball rallies than you're used to? And I think that's where we want to see what we can do against these more physical teams.